For 4 straight years, the firearms industry wrote CZ off. The recall notices went out, the thread locker went on, and the gun press decided the most ambitious bolt-action platform to come out of Europe in a generation was dead on arrival. What they missed was the engineering team that went back to the drawing board and refused to quit. The #1 rifle on this list ships with a signed accuracy guarantee in the box, and it earns every word of it. Here we go. Coming in at number 5, the CZ457 Hunter Veil and Hunter Strata prove that the most underestimated tool in a serious hunter's cabinet fires .22 long rifle. The CZ457 platform traces its lineage to Brno, Czech Republic, where CZ has been manufacturing rimfire rifles since the 1940s. Decades of refinement produced a bolt-action architecture that competes directly with rimfire target rifles, costing 3 times the price. The Hunter Veil and Hunter Strata are the field-ready expression of that legacy, built for hunters who demand the same reliability from a squirrel rifle that they demand from a dangerous game rifle. Here is what most people miss about these two models. The chamber is not a standard production chamber. It is a match-grade chamber cut to the absolute tolerance limit of CIP specification, the same governing standard applied to Olympic-level rimfire competition rifles. That chamber, combined with a fully adjustable trigger breaking between 2.5 and 3.1 pounds from the factory, is the reason the 457 delivers 1 MOA accuracy with quality ammunition. Most rimfire hunting rifles cannot make that claim. Both models feature a 20-inch cold hammer-forged barrel and a bolt handle borrowed directly from the CZ600 Trail tactical platform for enhanced grip. The barrel, receiver, and oversized bolt knob wear a physical vapor deposition bronze coating that is measurably harder and more corrosion-resistant than standard bluing. The entire action sits in a polymer stock wrapped in either Veil Big Sky or True Timber Strata camouflage and covered in a soft-touch rubber coating that kills branch scrape noise in the field. Total weight is 5.5 pounds. The threaded muzzle at 1/2 by 20 UNF ships from the factory with a compensator already installed, keeping that already minimal muzzle rise flat enough to track your shot through the glass. The one honest trade-off is chambering. The 457 Hunter series is .22 long rifle only. For hunters who need a stepping stone to centerfire or a dedicated small game and predator tool, that is exactly the right cartridge. For anyone needing a single rifle to cross over into deer country, look higher on this list. This rifle belongs in the hands of any hunter who runs trap lines, pursues squirrel and rabbit in heavy timber, or wants a suppressor-ready precision tool for pest control that will not rattle the neighbors. But the next rifle on this list does something this one cannot. It carries the soul of a European aristocrat, with iron sights cut for a split-second shot on red stag at dawn. At number 4, the CZ600 Plus Lux is the rifle that reminds you why European hunters have been doing this longer than America has been a country. The hunting traditions of Bavaria, the Austrian Alps, and the Bohemian forest-shaped rifle design for centuries before the first American factory ever opened. The driven stag hunt, the mountain chamois stalk, the pre-dawn stand in ancient timber. These disciplines demand a rifle that comes to the shoulder naturally, finds the target instantly, and fires without ceremony. CZ built the Lux to satisfy every one of those demands. Here is the engineering decision most reviewers gloss over. The Lux stock is cut with a traditional Bavarian pig's back profile, a dramatically dropped heel that looks like pure aesthetics from the outside. It is not. That geometry physically aligns the shooter's dominant eye with the factory-installed fiber-optic iron sights the instant the buttstock contacts the shoulder. No cheek weld adjustment, no scope acquisition delay. In the dense timber where a red deer gives you 1 second and disappears, That geometry is the difference between a clean harvest and an empty tag. For hunters who do add optics, the steel receiver is drilled and tapped to accept Remington 700 footprint mounts, opening the door to the largest and most competitive scope mounting aftermarket on the planet. The Lux runs a cold hammer-forged barrel in a light profile, available in 20-inch or 24-inch configuration, depending on chambering. The receiver and all critical steel components wear CZ's Bobox nitriding treatment, a deep thermochemical process that transforms the molecular surface of the steel into a matte black finish that is virtually immune to sweat, rain, and the brutal freeze-thaw cycles of a mountain hunt. Chamberings include 308 Winchester, 30-06 Springfield, and 300 Winchester Magnum. The muzzle is threaded M15x1 for modern European suppressors. Total weight runs approximately 8.5 pounds. That additional mass over the American model is not a liability. Against 300 Winchester Magnum recoil, it is an asset that keeps the muzzle flat and the shooter comfortable across an extended session at the bench. The honest trade-off is weight and volume. 8.5 pounds is a commitment on a long uphill stalk. Hunters covering serious vertical and mountain terrain may prefer the lighter carbine. The Lux belongs to the hunter who values tradition, hunts European-style driven game or mountain quarry, and refuses to sacrifice beauty for function, because this rifle proves those two things are not mutually exclusive. The next rifle on this list was built for a completely different hunter, one who asked a simple question that CZ had not answered since 2021. What happened to the Mini Mauser? At number 3, the CZ 600 Plus Carbine answers a question the CZ faithful have been asking for 5 years. The Mini Mauser is back, and it came back better. The CZ 527 held a singular position in the bolt-action market for nearly 3 decades. Compact, lightweight, and chambered in cartridges the full-size platforms ignored, the 527 was the undisputed king of brush hunting and small-bore bolt-action work. When CZ discontinued it in 2021, alongside the 550, the outcry was immediate and loud. The 600 Plus Carbine is the direct answer to that outcry. Built on the Mini action, carrying the spirit of the 527, and upgraded with every mechanical advancement the 600 Plus platform delivers. Here is what makes this rifle genuinely dangerous, in a way the competition has not caught up to yet. The 300 blackout chambering. The carbine ships with an 18.5-inch cold hammer-forged barrel threaded at M14x1. Pair that barrel with a quality suppressor and heavy subsonic ammunition, and this 5.5-pound rifle becomes one of the quietest, most effective deer and feral hog tools available to hunters operating in suburban fringe environments, noise-restricted properties, or areas where a full-power rifle report is simply not an option. The platform also chambers 223 Remington and 7.62x39, giving the carbine a legitimate 3-caliber identity that no other rifle in this weight class can match. The carbine runs a duralumin receiver with a Picatinny rail machined directly into the top surface, no separate mount required. The Beechwood stock carries American-style geometry with laser-engraved detailing that nods to the classic Berno rifles this platform descends from. Factory-installed adjustable iron sights give the shooter a capable close-range aiming system without any optic at all, a feature almost no modern bolt-action rifle bothers to include anymore. The 10-round lockable magazine feeds reliably in any orientation. The sub-MOA accuracy guarantee applies here just as it does across the entire 600 Plus family. Total weight is 5.5 pounds unloaded, identical to the Rimfire-457 Hunter reviewed at number 5, which tells you everything about how aggressively CZ engineered the mass out of this platform. The trade-off is effective range. The Mini action and the cartridges it chambers are optimized for work inside 250 yards. Hunters pursuing open country mule deer or pronghorn at distance need to look at the larger action variants higher on this list. The Carbine belongs to the deer hunter working dense river-bottom timber, the hog hunter running a suppressor, and anyone who needs a rifle light enough to carry all day in heavy cover without second-guessing the decision. The next rifle on this list was built for an environment where even the Carbine would be too slow. A driven hunt produces targets moving at full sprint through broken cover, and the rifle at number 2 was engineered from the ground up to keep pace. At number 2, the CZ600 Plus Ergo Driven Hunt is the most specialized rifle on this list. Every design decision traces back to a single, unforgiving environment, the European driven hunt. Understand what a driven hunt demands before you judge this rifle's unconventional appearance. Wild boar and red deer are pushed at full sprint through broken timber toward a line of waiting hunters. Target identification happens in under 2 seconds. The shot window opens and closes before most hunters finish their shoulder mount. Follow-up shots are not optional, they are expected. A driven hunt destroys average rifles and exposes every weakness in a shooter's setup. The Ergo was built to eliminate those weaknesses one by one. Here is what most reviews focus on and what they consistently miss. Every review mentions the factory-installed radial compensator on the threaded M15x1 muzzle. What those reviews skip is the fluted bolt body. Those channels cut into the bolt steel are not there to save weight, and they are not there to look tactical. They function as debris collection channels. Mud, ice crystals, frozen condensation, and the grit that accumulates during a full day of winter hunting pack into a standard smooth bolt raceway and slow the action at precisely the moment speed matters most. The fluted channels on the Ergo trap that debris before it reaches the bolt lugs, keeping the action cycling smoothly when a standard bolt action would begin to drag. In a driven hunt environment, that engineering decision is worth more than any optical upgrade money can buy. The Ergo runs a 20-inch cold hammer-forged barrel chambered in .308 Winchester, paired with a medium-size action receiver machined from high-strength duralumin. The thumbhole polymer stock aligns the shooter's wrist vertically, dramatically improving muzzle control during fast lateral tracking. Thermoplastic polyurethane grip panels in blaze orange cover the pistol grip and forend. The orange is deliberate, providing instant visual identification of a shooter's position to other hunters in a crowded driven hunt line. Length of pull sits at 14.6 inches, optimized for fast shouldering over heavy winter clothing. The extended Weaver and Picatinny rail includes a rear bridge cut for red dot and low-power variable optic compatibility. The 10-round lockable magazine ensures the hunter never runs dry on a multiple animal opportunity. Total weight is 6.4 pounds unloaded, 3/4 of a pound lighter than the number 1 rifle on this list, and the only category where the Ergo holds the advantage. The honest trade-off is specialization. The Ergo-driven hunt is a purpose-built tool for a specific hunting discipline. Hunters who primarily stalk, sit a blind, or pursue long-range open-country game will find the thumbhole geometry and blaze orange panels unnecessary. This is not a rifle for every situation. It is the finest rifle available for one situation in particular. The Ergo belongs to the driven hunt specialist, the boar hunter who burns through multiple shots in a single morning, and the hunter who understands that the most important feature on a fast-action rifle is the one that keeps it running when conditions turn brutal. You have waited long enough. The number 1 rifle on this list started as the most criticized bolt-action platform CZ ever produced. What the engineering team did to fix it produced something the industry did not see coming. You have waited long enough. Here it is. The CZ600 Plus American is the rifle that turned a 4-year public relations disaster into the most compelling bolt-action success story of the decade. When the original CZ600 recall forced the factory to threadlock barrels that were supposed to be user-swappable, the hunting press rendered its verdict quickly and harshly. The verdict was wrong. What CZ actually did was go back inside the engineering and refuse to ship the switch barrel system until it was right. The 600 Plus American is proof that they got it right. Here is the engineering achievement that separates this rifle from everything else in its price class. The controlled round feed system. CZ did not use the traditional external Mauser claw extractor that generates heavy friction and a stiff bolt feel. Instead, the engineering team buried a spring-loaded extractor claw directly inside the bolt head itself. The rim of every cartridge snaps under that claw the instant it clears the magazine lip, delivering full Mauser-grade controlled feed, the kind of feed reliability that dangerous game hunters trust with their lives, while the bolt cycles with the smooth, butter-soft feel normally associated with high-end push-feed target rifles. No other production hunting rifle under $1,500 delivers both of those qualities simultaneously. Independent ballistic testing confirms what CZ guarantees in writing. Using .308 Winchester factory ammunition, a 5-shot group measured .41 inches at 100 yards with SIG Sauer Elite 150 grain loads. Federal Gold Medal 175 grain produced a 5-shot group of .72 inches. At 200 yards, Federal Gold Medal held .89 inches. Compare that to the Ergo-driven hunt, which guarantees sub-MOA accuracy but was not engineered for precision work at extended distance, and to the Carbine, whose mini-action and brush cartridges are optimized inside 250 yards. The American operates comfortably and accurately at ranges both of those rifles were never designed to reach. The steel receiver is drilled and tapped for Remington 700 footprint mounts. The cold hammer-forged barrel is available in 20-inch or 24-inch light profile, fully free-floated, and threaded from the factory. The Bowbox nitriding treatment covers every critical steel surface. Turkish walnut wearing a satin oil finish and laser-engraved fleur-de-lis checkering on the grip and forend gives the American a visual authority. Most rifles in this category abandoned in favor of polymer years ago. Total weight runs 7.7 pounds, a platform steady enough for precision work, light enough for an all-day pack-out. The ST3 variant extends the action to magnum length, chambering 300 Winchester Magnum for elk, moose, and dangerous plains game, where the standard action's cartridge sealing is not enough. The same trigger, the same safety, the same switch barrel architecture, scaled up to handle the cartridges that define serious big game hunting worldwide. The CZ 600 Plus American earns the #1 position because it is the only bolt-action hunting rifle at this price point that delivers a factory-signed accuracy guarantee. A fully functional user-swappable barrel system, covering everything from .223 Remington to .300 Winchester Magnum, a controlled round feed mechanism that works in any orientation, under any condition, and Turkish walnut that belongs in a display case. This is not a compromise rifle. Every feature that matters most to a serious hunter is present, fully developed, and backed by documented performance data. CZ spent 4 years earning this rifle. The American hunting market now has 4 years of reasons to trust it. CZ did not just fix a recall. The engineering team rebuilt an entire platform from the ground up, stress-tested every mechanism, and shipped a lineup that forces every other bolt-action manufacturer under $1,500 to answer a question they were not expecting to face in 2026. The 600 Plus family is the new standard. The only debate left is which variant fits your hunting life. Here is the question for the comments. If you could own one barrel for the CZ 600 Plus American and one swap barrel for a completely different application, which 2 chamberings would you choose and why? Drop your answer below and tell us what you are hunting. If this content covers any cartridges or configurations subject to state or local restrictions, verify the laws in your jurisdiction before purchasing. Subscribe if you want firearms breakdowns built on verified specifications and documented history, not marketing copy. Every number in this video came from a source we can name. That is the only kind of firearms content worth your time.